Hi, I'm Stratti from Gypsy. Usually I'm behind the camera for obvious reasons, and usually it's Ellie in front of the camera, again for obvious reasons. But today we've swapped roles. I want to introduce myself and I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing here at Gypsy. I've worked lots of jobs in my life. I've worked as social work roles, I've worked as IT roles, I've worked in business development where my job was to make people money and not so much myself. And I've actually trained as a lawyer. I'm a trained lawyer, 6 years it took me, and only to find that it's such a boring job, it makes my eyes bleed. Everything I've ever done, I've never really enjoyed, and I know a lot of people out there, they have the same experience. It's the daily grind. You get up, you work, you go to bed, you work, you go to bed, you work, you go to bed. Once in a while you have a holiday. Half of your holiday is spent being upset about having to go back to work, and the other half is tripping out on how much it cost you. So yeah, I've been through that corporate sort of business job world for good 15 years. So we travelled to and fro Brisbane and Melbourne and a few other places on a regular basis to visit children, to visit family and this sort of thing. We just had such a good time, you know, got such a buzz out of being in nature that there was always that in the back of our heads to do this on a more frequent basis, but we never quite knew how until one day our dear landlord, I won't use his name, I won't do that, but our dear landlord complained about a little bit of damage worth about $100, and he was ringing me, you know, flat out ringing me for, you know, a good day, 5 phone calls. When are you going to pay? I said to him, when we get there, we're travelling, mate. And he whinged a lot, and I got a little bit upset, and I got off the phone and I said to Ellie, listen, for the money we pay rent, we could travel around Australia, thinking nothing of it. And she goes, why don't we? And I'm like, what do you mean? She says, why don't we travel around Australia? And I put my little business development accountant hat on and started thinking about how we could get going, and logistically did the research and everything like that. And we started off with this amazing camp gear. Everything was great. We had a 10-person tent, we had a double ensuite thing, we had a car full of stuff, and a top of the car full of stuff. We thought we were the best. Well, maybe not so much the best. After our landlord gave us the royals, we gave the key back, got out of our lease, packed up all that stuff I just told you about we did. And what was a big surprise to us is how much we enjoyed traveling. So we thought it'd be fun, and by all means we thought we'd get a lot out of it, but we just had that sort of buzz about being on the bush and the challenge of living out of a camping gear set in your car and traveling from place to place and meeting different people, always having adventures. Absolute huge buzz. So naturally my corporate hat comes on. How are we gonna move forward and make money? So the first thing I thought about was selling stubby holders and things like that through YouTube. I thought maybe, no, I'm joking. Straight away we see a big future with Gypsy. Now down the track we will be doing Patreon and things like that, but most of the content will be free. The Patreon stuff will be the more hardcore content, but really what our mind is focused on is learning to make documentaries and doing some crazy documentaries. You know, shout out to that Walking the Nile show. They really inspired us a great deal, and that's really the vein of what we want to do. We've got our eye on the Simpson Desert, we've got our eye on a few other remote parts of the country, and we're going to be getting our skills and pack up. That's just a caravan and passing by. Caravan is all right, but they should try out something a little more camp related, to be fair. But anyway, so we're really focused on getting that going. We're also writing, Ellie and I are working on a first novel together called 2070 at this stage anyway. We're about 3/4 of the way through the first draft, nearly done the first draft. Expect that to be ready by the end of the year. So we just decided that we'll either make a bit of money being creative or we'll be broke being creative, but the constant will be traveling from place to place, seeing the countryside, seeing the world. As I've mentioned, we're going to be doing this on an indefinite basis, going around the place. We'll do a lot of short videos on how to go about camping. Ellie will do a lot of videos touring some of the places you can see. If you can see the mountain out the back of us, it's the Grampians. I think it's called Mount Zero. Not sure, not for nothing either, but I'm not sure. and we'll do you basically a little bit of a deep dive into the area, a virtual tour of some key attractions. We'll show you where all the campgrounds are. We'll talk about what the main town is and what it has for you, so you can sort of plan your trips around it. Now, if you've never been to any of these places, that's fine. If you have, leave a comment, tell us what you thought we missed, or we didn't do well. Feel free to criticize, it's all good. Ellie will do a lot of those sort of videos, and I'll pop up from time to time. Now, as a trained lawyer, I was very good academically with law. I've done interviewing people before. I've worked with people in all sorts of different jobs. It's just I hated it in terms of the concept of someone giving me money for me to write up some homework and give it back to them. It's not what I want to do. But I do feel very passionate about the law and about policy and things like that. So I do want to provide the odd video on legal issues. So I'm going to do one coming up soon enough on rest areas and camping. There's a lot of misconceptions out there, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. So we're going to keep it real, keep 100% on the legals, and give you exactly what is legal and not legal. Okay, so to wrap up, at Gone Gypsy, we're going to be showing you the harsh beauty of this country. We're going to be looking at forests, beaches, deserts, jungle, all manner of things that this country has to offer, and we're going to show it to you in a very realistic way. After about a year of this, from moving forward, we want to be having a mad catalogue of places so that you can come to our channel and there will be just a bunch of places to check out. We will never charge for those. We will never ask Patreon for those. In the future, we will be asking Patreon for very select things, more adventure stuff, streaming stuff, things like that. But that's in the future, and it may not be. It's certainly not part of our business model, as central to our business model. We're more about the publishing and some other things, but definitely we'll be pushing out that content and hopefully get something from each state. So it'd be great to have, a tour of a few major attractions from each state. It's a goal. Definitely going WA in the next few months. So without further ado, get out into the green. This is Stratti from Gone Gypsy, signing off.